Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, first and foremost, want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. A double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, pushing the work in truth and in sincerity. The name of this one will be While You Were Sleeping, okay? And this lesson is inspired by an article. All right. And I found it on blacklistednews.com. And it says Bill Gates calls for global surveillance pact with World Health Organization. All right. As you can see, they're using Big Pharma, Big Medica, all right, as one of their main vehicles to push this, dystopian society, this new world order. All right. So I wanted to fact check it real quick, and I just typed in Bill Gates global surveillance, and lo and behold, 2 days ago, calls for global surveillance team to spot pandemic threats. Here it is. Bill Kill Gates, all right, Kill Hates, warns of more fatal, variants, calls for global surveillance. 1 day ago, I don't want to be the voice of doom and gloom, but the worst could still. All right, so there you go. All right, it says forced to monitor. Slakia. Let me go back. It said Kill Gates calls for task force to monitor future pandemic outbreaks. So they're setting up task force. All right, and I just heard something on them. Soon enough, they'll be able to deputize certain people in the community, to point and tell on certain individuals who are against the agenda. So the squeeze is coming, and Esau, and the point of this is Esau is working every day towards what? Towards capstoning that enterprise of his. All right, but we all know when he does that, he's going to awake that sleeping giant, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So really quick, I know we always read this, but we can't read it enough. Revelations 12:12, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. All right, and we're seeing it manifest right in front of our eyes, all right, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. That's why they're moving at a fast pace, all right, because they see their end coming, all right, and that's why they are doing this on a daily basis, all right. Micah 2:1, this is woe to them that devise iniquity, destruction, and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. All right. And that's what they're doing. They're calling the shots. All right. They're coming up and devising plans and mischief, and they're bringing it to light every morning. All right. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And that's going to be, so much more prevalent now than it has ever been in the past. All right. And again, all right, the Lord has given them the power to do these things. So we want to be on our guard and on our watch, and we know what's going to happen is going to happen, but I got a precept for that because I had a thought. All right. Verse 3 said, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, all right, behold, against this family do I devise an evil. All right, that's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, so the whole family. All right, so the Lord is going to judge the whole family of this nation. All right, this is from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, meaning arrogantly, for this time is evil. All right, and the Lord is going to stop. All right, them from doing their mischief, but All right. He's going to allow them, all right, to a certain point. I had this one, Romans, let me see, 11. I think it's 11 and 13. All right. Nope, it's 13, 11. And it reads, Romans 13, 11, it says, "In that knowing the time, that now it is high time," meaning due time, overdue, the time is overdue, to awake out of sleep. All right. And the reason why I named it this lesson, all right, while you were sleeping, is because not physically, all right, you're sleeping and being hypnotized, hypnos, all right, by the distractions around you, whether it be family, entertainment, all right, the job, career, what have you. All right, and you investing in your money and planning out a future, all of that's going to come to an end very soon, very abruptly, all right, very astonishingly, and rightfully so, all right. The scripture said the day of the Lord shall come as a thief, okay, and, Jacob's trouble, all right. So the day of the Lord, all right, is when, all right, those judgments, those heavy judgments are going out. Part of those heavy judgments is this devil being allowed to bring forth death and destruction, all right, at an alarming rate, all right. So Romans, all right, 13 and 11 again, it says, "In that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe." All right, so as we see them start to hone in and bringing these agendas to pass and pretty much bring the squeeze, so to speak, we know that our time, salvation is more near than when we believe. Salaki for the background noise. All right, it says the night is far spent. All right, and this society represents the night because it's parabolic. All right, because the night is dark, or you can't see in the night, and that's what this society represents. It represents obscurity, not being able to see, and tripping and following and hitting every wall along the way, along the pathway. All right, because of the stumbling blocks that's set up in this society, the social norms. Okay, and those that, for the Israelites that think that, the RFID chip isn't the MOTB, all right, you're going to be swept away. Okay. Those that are at odds with the truth, the 100% truth, all right, you're just going to be swept away because you're not going to be prepared, all right, for the worst case scenario. So the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. That's just society. And brothers, let me tell you, if you're feeling like you just can't get it or get by in this world, good. All right. Good. It should be easier for you to let it go. All right. And trust in the Lord, and don't feel no type of way towards the Lord. All right. But understand what he's doing in the spirit of things. All right. As far as allowing this devil to move how he's moving, and we're coming to the time of Jacob's trouble. And scourges kill arrogance. Scourges kill pride. And that's what we want to see. The scripture says he's going to lay low the haughty, the proud and haughty in heart. He's going to lay them low. All right. And that's what we want to see because, in this society, we see everybody boasting themselves against the Lord and doing all sorts of madness and saying all sorts of blasphemy against the Lord. And it's time. So all your debates, the Christian world, the Sakari, the black consciousness, all that crap, like the apostles been saying, is going to come to an end. And rightfully so. All right. So while you were sleeping, while you having your debates, all right, while you being the big man on the block, it's always been about prophecy. Okay. It's always been about prophecy. It's always been about teaching and really preparing our people for the things to come and not selling them some type of dream, some type of pipe dream, whether it be, things in this world. All right. So it says, the night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light, which is this truth. The light is the truth. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. Okay. And these are the things that we escape through the Spirit. We escape these things that held us in the world. These were the things, man. Now we walk honestly because we have no choice. We got to walk honestly, and not just for ourselves, but for the flock. Okay, because they're impressionable. They're sheep again. All right, and the sheep follows. We have to be examples towards them. All right, it says, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. All right. And see, you sleep if you fulfill in the flesh and the lust thereof. All right. So, and that goes back to what I said earlier. If you don't have anything, you feel like you can't make it in this world. You're not meant to make it in this world, because this ain't the society. This ain't the time. This is corrupt, and we don't want to be cut off in her iniquity. All right. So we take hold of what we have and we keep it. All right. The understanding that we have, and keep it. Okay. Because this devil is coming, and they're working, and they're inching every closer to put that squeeze on humanity. All right. This ain't just, this ain't just this side of the world. We're seeing it happen all over the world. Shanghai, it happened in Australia. It was happening in Canada. Now you don't hear too much about it, but except for what's going on in China. These things they're going to spring the trap. I mean, they're going to, bring forth that, their agenda, man. All right. Which is to pretty much, control everyone. All right. All right. And, they're going to, I'm going to read this. This is Psalms 56 and 3. It says, what time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. All right. In God, I will praise his word. You see? And in the Most High, I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. All right. And our focus is to worry and focus on the Lord. All right. Focus on the Lord. And because he's going to deliver us. He said it out of his own mouth. Okay. All right, he's going to deliver us, and that's what he said he's going to do, and that's what we believe, okay? And that's what our focus is supposed to be on, while everybody else is trying to disprove whether or not we're Israelites and all of that. Well, the proof is in the pudding, all right? And they continue to ignore the signs, all right? They continue to ignore these things, but it's only going to be to their own demise and astonishment when that time comes. Okay, because they didn't take heed to the warning. All right. Now they got to worry about this devil. They ain't got to worry about us no more. All right. They got to worry about this devil, Esau, Edom, putting the squeeze on everybody. All right. Including them and their loved ones. All right. So very soon it's going to be out the window for all the scoffing, all the gainsaying, and, all of these things that they're doing now. All right. It says, in the Most High, I will praise his word, and in God, the Most High, I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. Every day they wrest my words. All their thoughts are against me for evil. And these are the elites. We're talking about present time. And this is what they're focused on, because they're on the brink of losing everything, their whole society. And we were the sign to bring, that fear in there. All right. Among these heathens, the scriptures say in Wisdom of Solomon, 2nd chapter, that we're grievous to behold. So they can't wait. All right. And that's why they making moves every day. All right. Now that word rest, tazab, which means to fabricate, because they have to justify the means of coming after us. So they might have to fabricate a few things, and it's pretty easy when you got guys like Vocab Malone who's helping, But this is what this was all about. At the end of the day, people can say what they want. Oh, those those camps giving us a bad name. This, that, whoop, the bam. Look, this is what it was. All right. We were supposed to get persecuted. No matter how it came about, it came. All right. Whether or not, we were making Israel look bad or whatever, what have you. All right. That's not even possible. OK, we be worrying about if we look bad in front of the Lord, if we're saying things opposite of his will, that's what we should be worried about, All right. So verse 5, it says to rest my words. All right. Which means to fabricate. Tazab. All their thoughts are against me for evil. All right. And at this present current time. All right. It says they gather themselves together. They hide themselves. They mark my steps. And to mark someone's steps is shamar. All right. Which goes into the article. OK, they want mass surveillance. All right. Development and surveillance. OK. As you can see. All right. Lord willing, they don't clip this. But this is what they want to do. All right. I fact checked it. And you got more than 2 or 3 sources here, that says it. Kill Hates is a leading figure promoting technocracy through surveillance, technology, and population control. He just cannot figure out why people don't like him or his actions. I'm not going to click onto the article. You can read it just so. It says, but that has never stopped him from moving forward with his crackpot schemes. All right. And they're setting up this whole thing. So really for control. All right. Because they're at the end. OK. And then they're going to hold on to everything they can possibly hold on to. All right. So let's go back. All right. They gather themselves together. They hide themselves. They mark my steps. All right. And the word there is shamar, to observe, to look, to beware. OK. And that's how they're going to do it, through their surveillance systems. It says when they wait for my soul. What are they waiting for our souls for? So they can trap us up and ultimately do what they want or will with us. Verse 7, it says, shall they escape by iniquity? In thine anger cast down the people, O God. All right. Thou tellest my wanderings. Put thou my tears into a bottle, in thy bottle. And are they not in thy book? All right. When I cry unto thee, then shall mine enemies turn back. This I know, for God is for me. All right. This is the point that overshadows everything. OK. The Lord has pretty much counted our tears. All right. They're in this, as it says in this book. All right. And those angels have those prayers which they're going to send up. All right. And when they send them up, the Lord's going to bring holy hell down on this place. As Isaiah 59:19 says, the Lord is going to lift up a standard when the devil comes in like a flood. All right. OK. And so ultimately, that's the ultimate goal. It's about the elect. At the end all be all, people can talk what they want to talk. People can say we're not the Israelites. People can say we got false doctrine. We're up the band. It don't matter. Because at the end of the day, all right, what we've been saying is the only thing that's been holding true. All right. This devil is mad. OK. And he's going to go on a tirade. All right. And he's going to try to take everybody down with him. OK. And so like the last lesson I made last night or this morning, who do you stand with? OK. All right. Are you going to prophesy of the things rightly, of the Lord's words rightly, or are you going to just stand and be sleep? All right. So, again, verse 10, it says, in God will I praise his word. All right. It says, in the Lord, Yahweh, will I praise his word. In God have I put my trust. I will not be afraid what man can do unto me. All right. And this is our main focus. We shouldn't be afraid what man can do to us. And this is supposed to be on our mind continually, daily, day in and day out, because our enemies are mounting up. All right. But what power comes from heaven, not the multitude of an host. That's what Judas Maccabees said. All right. It says, thy vows are upon me, O God, I will render praises unto thee, for thou hast delivered my soul from death. All right. And he's delivered us thus far. How much more in the future, especially if we calling on his name and he is all we got. This is, thou hast delivered my soul from death. Wilt not thou deliver my feet from falling, that I may walk before God in the light of the living? All right. And so that's what the Lord is going to do, was elect. It's about the elect. Okay. Because at the end of the day, people can talk what the hell they want to. We know for certain these things are going to come to pass. This devil going to come in like a flood. He's going to try to capstone his new world order, but the Lord is going to be right there, and he's going to wake that sleeping giant. All right, when they come for the prize, as I say in my notes. So I only had a few precepts. Lord willing, this was edifying. I got one more for you, Akim, and then I'm going to close out. Because, hey, this is an everyday thing, every, millisecond type thing. Psalms 9 and 12, right? Let me see. Let me start up a few. Slacking. Psalms 9 and 7, it says, but the Lord Yahweh shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment. Okay. That's why the throne of iniquity ain't going to be able to stand. Okay. Esau's new world order ain't going to be able to stand, because the Lord is going to bring forth judgment. He's going to rightfully put things in order. All right. He's going to rightfully bring forth judgment. All right. To those that need it most. It says, and he shall judge the world in righteousness. He shall minister judgment to the people in uprightness. The Lord Yahweh also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. All right. And we know those times of trouble is steadily approaching. All right. And it says, and they that know thy name will put their trust in thee, for thou, Lord Yahweh, hast not forsaken them that seek thee. Sing praises to the Lord Yahweh, which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people his doings. When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembereth them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. All right. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right. And while you were sleeping, you got the enemy plotting. Okay. But the elect, all right, as the scripture said, the just shall live by faith. And our faith is that we're going to be saved, and that the Lord's going to establish his judgment upon earth. All right. And vilify us, and give us the justice that we need to overcome our oppressors, Esau, Edom, in the nations. All right. And then ultimately destroy what needs to be destroyed and bring in his holy kingdom. All right. Of course, this is all going to be ensued when the Lord comes, the second coming of Yahweh Shai, Son of the Most High. All right. Until next time, I say Shalom.